Good afternoon, folks. My name is Kurt Hitzemann, County Court Judge here in Hernando County. You folks are here for your first appearance. The purpose of the first appearance is so that you may be informed of the charges against you. I'll determine if probable cause exists for those charges. Probable cause simply means it's more likely than not that a crime has occurred, and more likely than not that you're the person who committed that crime. Of course, as you stand before me this afternoon, I presume that you're innocent to these allegations. That presumption of innocence will stay with you through every stage of the proceedings, unless and until the state attorney's office is able to prove the allegations against you beyond and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt. We'll set your conditions of pretrial release today, that is your bail or your bond. In most cases, you've got a bond set already pursuant to the bond schedule here in the 5th Judicial Circuit, or the warrant which led to your arrest. I'll determine if that bond should be raised or lowered or left the same, or whether there will be additional conditions of pretrial release placed upon you. We'll let you know when your next court date will be. If you'd like to have the services of the public defender, I'll gladly appoint the PD to represent you this afternoon. You do have the right to have contact with folks on the outside, family, friends, counsel. If you have not had a chance to make that call, please let me know. We'll make sure that that happens. Finally, and most importantly, you're advised that you do have an absolute right to remain silent with regard to the facts which surround your arrest. I encourage you to do that. These proceedings are recorded. In addition, there is an assistant state attorney in the courtroom with me. If you say something that tends to incriminate you, they will use it against you in the prosecution down the road. And now to each and every one of you there at the jail, please raise your right hands and be sworn. You all solemnly swear affirm, tell the truth, whole truth, none but the truth. Outstanding. When you hear your name called, please step forward to the podium. Tina Murray. Afternoon, miss. What's your date of birth?
3773.
You're hearing a warrant signed by Judge Toner. He found probable cause for a violation of probation. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
No, sir. I have John Vitola's private counsel.
Okay. All right. And Rebecca, they changed the date on this to the 15th of January. Is that where it's supposed to be? Do you even know?
Yes.
Okay.
It's in arraignment.
In front of Judge Toner?
Yes.
Okay. Rebecca, the bond on that warrant is no bond. I can't change that. I'm going to have you back in front of Judge Toner on the 15th of January. When you speak to Mr. Vitola, make sure he's aware of that date, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Lydia Resmondo. Afternoon, Lydia. What's your date of birth?
3/3/1989.
Lydia, you're hearing a warrant that was signed by Judge Merritt. He found probable cause for a violation of community control. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender. I had just had a baby at the time and was at the doctor's office at that time. Is there any way I could get a bond? I have a child at home and I am working.
Okay, the answer is not from me. It's a circuit court warrant, and I'm just a hard-working county court judge. Nothing I can do with this warrant other than tell you that it exists. The bond on the warrant is no bond, and I can't change that. I'll send you back to see Judge Merritt on February 4th. Someone from the PD's office, however, will be out to see you sooner than that to see if there's something else they can do, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Alma Rivera. Afternoon, Ms. Rivera. What's your date of birth?
11/25/69.
All right. Alma, I have 3 warrants for you. They were all signed by Judge Toner in all 3 cases. He found probable cause for violation of probation. As to those charges, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender. May I ask 3 warrants for?
Each warrant is for a violation of probation, and it just looks like you were on probation in 3 different cases.
I was on probation in 2 different cases.
Okay.
For 2, and they gave me the right, they put me on probation, but I don't understand why I'm here today. I don't understand. Because I did everything they told me to do.
Okay. You were on probation in case number 18 CF2140, battery on a law enforcement officer or firefighter. You were also on probation in case number 18 CF2112, which was a felony petty theft. You were also on probation in case number 18 CF882, grand theft. So you're on all three of those. The allegation is that you have failed to live without violating the law because you tested positive for methamphetamine. Are you still confused?
Yes, because I went to my probation officer on November 21st, and she had me sign some papers to go to twice a week to NA classes, which I've been doing from then till now. And I've been going to my drug class. So why didn't they say anything before November, on November 21st, if that's what happened? That's what I'm not understanding.
I'm not your probation officer. I can tell you they signed out an affidavit and Judge Toner signed up a warrant. So it's no bond on all three. All three of them will be back in court on the 29th of January. Public defender will come see you before that, okay? Cheryl Taylor. Afternoon, ma'am. What's your date of birth?
5/2/53.
All right. Ms. Taylor, I have a warrant for you out of Pasco County. The judge who signed the warrant found probable cause for a violation of probation and set your bond at no bond. I can't change that. We'll notify Pasco that you're here and ready to go. I'll give them 5 days to come get you. It doesn't take 5 with Pasco, but if for some strange reason you're still here, they'll bring you back to see me and I'll find out what the problem is, all right?
How can I get bond?
You can't. Not from me. You have to go to Pasco. Thank you. Timothy Burkhart. Afternoon, sir. What's
This microphone under duress, being forced to stand here without counsel.
Okay. I have 2 new arrest charges of possession of controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia. I have a warrant signed by Judge Scaglione. He found probable cause for 3 counts: ag battery, great bodily harm with a firearm, ag assault with a firearm, the possession of a firearm by a felon. As to those charges, you plan to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Well, this will be the 3rd time I've asked for counsel from the state.
Never asked me. You want the public defender?
Well, when your Miranda rights are read, they ask you if you want a lawyer. I asked then. When I came to this jail,
I'll appoint the public defender. State, what do you got for history?
A adjudication for a petty theft first degree in 2017. A state prison sentence wasn't.
Quiet! Quiet! I'm not asking you any questions. Quiet!
A state prison sentence was imposed for a battery in 2010. An adjudication in 2008 for a criminal mischief, a resisting officer without violence adjudication in 2008. A battery adjudication in 2008 where a state prison sentence was imposed on those. A battery that was dropped in 2007. A 2007 adjudication for criminal mischief. Adjudication in 2004 for a resisting officer without violence. An adjudication in 2004 for a criminal mischief. And an adjudication for a resisting officer with violence in 99 where a state prison sentence was imposed, as well as a prisoner escape or attempt escape adjudication in 99. An adjudication for an assault in 98, and a bird of a conveyance in 98, a bat on a Leo adjudication in 97, an adjudication for a criminal mischief in 97, and a battery adjudication in 97, and several dropped batteries before that, and an adjudication for a battery in 1993.
That's good. Mr. Burkhart, I had an address for you on Gouldsby Street in Webster. Is that where you live?
No, I live in this jail right now.
Do you have a job?
Not at this point. I'm in jail.
What were you doing before you were in jail?
I've been straight and clean doing auto mechanics.
Okay. As to the new arrest for the controlled substance and paraphernalia, I'll leave those bonds per the arrest warrant, which is $10,000 and $1,000 respectively. Those are coming back February 4th.
Can I challenge the probable cause on that?
I'm sorry?
Can I challenge the probable cause?
Sure can. Not today.
Okay. Do I have counsel present?
Do you have what?
Do I have any counsel present?
Well, there's a representative from the public defender's office here, but nothing is going to happen today. This is an advisory. I'm telling you what's going on. I found probable cause, and so we're going to set bond, and that's what we're doing.
Goodbye.
So on the aggravated battery, I'm going to set the bond with a firearm at $50,000. On the ag assault with a firearm at $25,000. On the felon in possession at $10,000. That's a total of $85,000. Condition of that bond is that if you were to bond out, you'd have no contact with Mr. Keller. Those charges also coming back February 4th. If you're able to bond out, you should contact the PD right away. If you can't get out, they'll come see you at the jail.
One question, Your Honor.
I'm done. You can have a seat.
Okay, thanks for violating my rights.
You're welcome. I enjoyed it. Stephen Klein. Mr. Klein, what's your date of birth?
8/13/76, sir.
Mr. Klein, you're here on a warrant signed by Judge Merritt. Apparently you failed to appear in his court on a resisting with violence and a criminal mischief. Did you have the public defender on those cases, Mr. Klein?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you want to stay with the PD?
Yes, sir.
And they have moved you to the 21st of January. We'll get you back in front of Judge Merritt, and the public defender is going to come see you before that. He has set the bond on your case at no bond until they can get you back on the 21st, all right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yep. Slide down this way.
Mark Giacobbe. Afternoon, Mark. What's your date of birth?
3/25/91.
Mark, I have a warrant for you out of Pasco County. The judge had signed and found probable cause for a violation of probation, and set your bond at no bond. I can't change that. Same thing. They have 5 days to come get you. It won't take that long with Pasco, but if for some reason you're still here in 5, they'll bring you back to see me. Okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Anthony Gutierrez. Afternoon, Anthony. What's your date of birth?
8/30/68.
State, have you read the PC on this one? The charge is trespass.
Yes, Your Honor, and it was inside someone's residence. And
Well, let me read you the important sentence. The defendant had been trespassed from the residence on July 24th. He was located in the bedroom after being granted access to the house by the homeowner.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to find Anthony, I'm going to find there's no probable cause for the charge. That doesn't mean that based on all of the facts and circumstances, the state won't be able to charge you later. I get a very limited amount of information at first appearance. But I'm going to find no PC and I'm going to let you out. However, as a condition of your ROR, I want you to not go to 19476 Wildwood Drive in Brooksville. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you go back there and I find out about it, then I can revoke your pretrial release and I can hold you without bond. So until we get this case resolved, you're not going to go back to that address. We're clear?
Clear.
All right. So then you'll be back in court on the 5th of February, all right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mark Hop. Afternoon, Mark. What's your date of birth?
10/28/65, sir.
Mark, this is a warrant signed by Judge Barbie. He found probable cause for a violation of an injunction. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll point to PD. State what you got.
In adjudication for a battery in 2013, adjudication for a DUI in 09, withhold violation of DVI in 2009, adjudication petty theft in 95, and also a withhold cannabis and a paraphernalia in 2018.
Okay. And Mark, I have an address for you. I don't have an address. Where have you been staying lately?
I just moved to an address that I'm trying to keep from the petitioner, Your Honor.
Okay. Can you tell me what town it's in?
It's in Pasco. It's in Hudson, sir.
Okay. And do you have a job these days?
No, sir, I'm disabled. I have cobalt poisoning from a defective hip. I have mental illness from it, and I stutter and have memory issues from it.
Okay. Hang on 1 second. All right, I'm going to set your bond at $1,000. Condition is that you'll have no contact with Ms. Betnishi. That means no contact of any kind. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you don't call, you don't write, no social media, no contact of any kind, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I'm going to have you back in court February 5th. Very important that you contact the public defender if you get out, all right?
Is there a chance you can lower that to $750, sir? I'm a single dad.
That's as low as I'm going to go today, okay? Thank you. Leo Johnson. Afternoon, Leo. What's your date of birth?
9/27/71.
All right, Leo, you're here on a warrant that was signed by Judge Heinemann. He found probable cause for 1 count of retail theft. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire a private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. State, I know he's got the open case. What other history can you tell me about?
He has a paraphernalia adjudication in 2018, paraphernalia adjudication in 2018, a felony duelist adjudication in 2019, a marijuana adjudication in 2018, a cocaine duelist paraphernalia adjudication in 2016, duelist adjudication in 15, Berg adjudication in 08, principal strong arm robbery adjudication 08, duelist concealed weapon cocaine controlled substance adjudication 07, Bergen resist without violence adjudication 07, paraphernalia adjudication 06, duelist adjudication 06, duelist adjudication 06, paraphernalia carrying concealed weapon convicted felon, community service, controlled substance adjudication in 2005, driving with license suspended, firearm concealed weapon adjudication in 2004, paraphernalia
That's good,
adjudication in
that's
04.
good, that's good. Leo, I got an address for you on Railroad Place in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
No, sir.
Where do you live now?
836 Hale Avenue.
Okay. How long you been on Hale?
In about 2 months.
Okay. You got a job these days?
Yes.
What do you do?
I do roofing work, consolidated roofing in Brookfield.
Okay. All right. Leo, I'm going to set your bond on this at $1,000. I'm going to move this to the 14th of January because that's where your other misdemeanor case is right now. Now, the state attorney's office normally, and I think they want me to right now, revoke your bond in that case and hold you without bond. I'm not going to do that today because you're working and I don't want you to stop working. But understand you can't pick up any more new charges, okay? If you pick up anything new going forward here, you're going to find yourself in jail without bond, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So when you get out, contact the PD. Let them know you got 2 cases now so they can get working on this for you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Charles Richardson. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
10/30/61.
All right, Charles, I got 2 charges today. I've got felony driving on a suspended license and resisting without violence. There's probable cause for the charges. As to those charges, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire a private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll point the PD, State.
An adjudication in 2016 for possession of controlled substance with a state prison sentence was imposed, as well as a controlled substance sale or possession with intent. An adjudication in 2014 for paraphernalia. An adjudication in 14 for marijuana. And I'm seeing a resisting officer but without disposition in 2013.
And Charles got an address for you on Crescent Road in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
No.
Where do you live now?
Over, the other place in Spring Hill, the 4421 Plumbago.
Okay. How long have you been there?
About 6 months.
All right. You have a job these days?
Yes.
Okay. I'll set the bond at $1,000 on each count, so that's a total of $2,000. You'll be back in court on February 4th. Very important that you contact the public defender if you get out, all right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Stephen Spencer?
Your Honor, he bonded just before first appearance.
Awesome. Kenneth Taylor? Afternoon, Ken. What's your date of birth?
7781.
Ken, you're here on a writ of bodily attachment. Needs a child support hearing officer and a circuit judge determine that you owe some child support. They got a cash purge of $579. Is that an amount of money you can pay, Ken?
What was that, sir? I couldn't hear you.
Can you pay $597?
No, sir.
Okay.
I can see if there's any way I can get it dropped.
Okay. How long?
I gotta come back.
Ken,
I gotta come back. I'm sorry, go ahead.
How long have you been in jail?
I just got in here on the 18th of December.
Okay. So you've got other pending criminal charges?
Yes.
It's just 2 misdemeanors, sir. I was trying to maybe see if I can try to get it towed out on the 15th of this month.
Okay.
And Your Honor, the state was going to try to resolve those misdemeanors today with time served.
Okay.
If he remained in custody till I think I had a note that if he remained in custody until 1/15, he would have had 29 days. So today is what, the 8th? So minus like 21
7.
days.
So 21. And what are the case numbers been?
The case number is 2019 MM4085. And there's 2 charges of possession of paraphernalia and a providing false name identification to Leo.
All right. Ken, before you got arrested last month, were you working?
No, sir. I currently have to ask my old boss. I talked to him currently while I've been in here, and he's wanting to give me a job back.
Okay. All right. Well, they want, the assistant state attorney said we can resolve your misdemeanor right now with time served. Are you interested in doing that?
Yes, sir. If I can, please.
All right. Let's do that. So, you understand by entering a plea, you give up the right to have a trial by jury, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to remain silent, but you want to give up those rights so we can take care of that today?
Yes, sir.
Case number 19MM4085 as to the charge of possession of paraphernalia. How do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest.
No contest.
As to charge of provided a false name, how do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest.
No contest.
I'll accept those pleas. I'll find they're freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty on both. Sentence you to 21 days in the county jail on both. 21 days served on both. There'll be a fine and court cost on count 1 of $550. On count 2 is $88. And your cost of incarceration, but that takes care of your misdemeanor. Then on the child support for today, Ken, I'm going to find you're not in contempt for the fail to pay child support. You've been in jail for a month and you've not been working. So, but that doesn't make that issue go away. You're going to get out today, and you need to right away get to child support enforcement and get on some kind of plan to start paying that stuff off, because if you don't, they're going to just start the process over again and you're going to get arrested again, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
All
I
right,
appreciate
good luck
it.
to you.
Yes, sir.
Adam Weeks. Afternoon, Adam. What's your date of birth?
11/15/1985.
Adam, I've got a probable cause arrest for a violation of probation. There is probable cause for the VOP. As to that charge, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. The bond on that, of course, is going to be no bond. I'm going to have you back in court on February 4th. Public defender will come see you before then, okay? Thank you. Jesse Hartman. Afternoon, Jesse. What's your date of birth?
8/25/89.
All right, Jesse, this is a arrest for driving under the influence. There's probable cause for the charge. As to the charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. State any history.
A 2018 violation of domestic violence injunction, a 2016 Willis, a 2014 battery, a 2014 DUI, and a 2013 battery.
Jesse, I have an address for you on Giovanni Avenue in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
No, currently I'm at 9541 Round Lake Road.
Okay. How long have you been there?
About 3 years.
Okay. Do you have a job these days?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
Masonry.
Okay. Set your bond at $500. Jesse, we'll have you back in court on the 5th of February. Make sure you contact the PD when you get out, all right?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Joe, you got anything else for me?
No, Your Honor.
Awesome. Thank you.